Morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Pictou County Wellness Center. Our U13AAA Sifa Fury take the ice this morning against the Halifax Metro Force West Blue, who are the league-leading team in Nova Scotia this season. The Metro Force West come into today's game with a 6-1 record in league action, and they won their first game yesterday. So this is going to be a great test for our Fury to see how we stack up against the best team from our neighboring province here in Nova Scotia. Fury had a great night last night. We had the girls together at Boston Pizza for a little team building, and then they enjoyed hanging out in the hotel together and playing board games, and got to bed early and saw them all bouncing around this morning in the hotel. Looks like they had lots of energy and raring to go again today. So should be fun to see what we have here on a sunny Saturday morning in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. Tournament looks pretty tight so far as well. The leaderboard, we're 1-0. These folks are 0. The Central Storm from Fredericton are 1-0. They have the St. John Kraken and the local team here, both 0-0-1. So it's been a pretty close group of games. No real high scores yet. And this league this year, from what we've seen, the teams in PEI and Nova Scotia, it's anyone's game at any point in time. Last year, the Fury were fortunate to win the Atlantic Championship at the U13AAA level, and I think this year it's anyone's game at this point, so should be good fun. It's also been a lot of fun coming into this part of Nova Scotia, the home of Sobeys. Sobeys, who are the title sponsor of this tournament, the Sobeys Cup, and we're in the arena with plenty of Sobeys branding, and all around the community you can see the benefit of what Sobeys is doing to give back to their community. And we're in a world-class facility here, and the girls are certainly enjoying themselves so far. So great to see that local support from Sobeys that has grown from a local company into a big, powerful grocer, and they have not forgotten their roots and doing a great job of giving back here locally. So nice to see that as well. So we're down to the last 15 seconds here of the warm-up. Fury are circled around their net for the team cheer. Fury be going with their home white jerseys today. Metro Force West in red. We're going to have the line of Alexa Ferrand, Madison Cavanaugh, and Chloe McLaughlin out to start the game tournament. Zara and I had a little pregame chat this morning in the hotel. I was explaining to her that she could keep things simple for us by just getting a shutout here this morning. So she rolled her eyes at me and sort of let me know that getting a shutout is not as easy as just going out and getting a shutout. But she's a great little athletic goalie, so I like her chances. So here we go. We're in on the draw. And we're off. Puck back into the forced zone. They're up the wall. Broken up there nicely by Landry. Back up in the neutral zone. Metro Force West D will regroup. She's back off the wall to the left winger. Number 10, Red. She's over the blue line. Landry's going to try to keep her to the outside and does. Nice stick check there. Nice feed there from McLaughlin up to Ferrand. She's got some speed. She's going wide into the Metro Force zone. She cuts towards the net. She's going to reverse it here. Under pressure. 3 Metro Force players in there trying to take the puck. Here, Madison Cavanaugh comes up with it. She drives the net, but shut down there by Moira Eddy from the Metro Force West. So, faceoff will come here to the right of the Metro Force goaltender. Fury are going to send it to line of Padrones, Walsh, and Kate Nelson up front, with Ryan DeMille and Ed Landry on D. Excuse me, that's Anna Lacasse on D. So DeMille and Lacasse come to the ice here on D. Face-off, one sideways there by Padrones. She comes up with it out front to Kate Nelson. Nelson has a chance. She fires, shoots. Nice save there. Rebound out to Lara Walsh. Picked up by Dodge from the Metro Force West. She's overcoming the back check by Padrones. Fury come back the other way. Walsh blows a tire and it goes back towards the Fury zone. Here comes Ryan DeMille in the forecheck. Lacasse will circle back behind their zone. She grabs the puck. Around the wall, up the wall. She's got a bit of time and space here. Walsh looking for the breakout. Cut off there nicely by the Metro Force D. Metro Force grabs it again. They'll work it towards the goal. DeMille regroups back behind her own net. She's got Lara Walsh. Up to her. Walsh into the middle. Nice pass to Padrones. Padrones with a head of speed. She works it wide. She'll tip it in deep to the Metro Force zone. Goalie will cover that up for us. 10:36 to go here. First period still 0-0. Fury will send their third set of fresh legs out. So a 12-minute period. Minute and 25 seconds gone by, and we're already on our third shift of the game, which is great to see. Harriman taking center. She's got Bork at left and Bourgeois at right. Draw one back here. That's Claire Atkinson shoots. Pressure in. Harriman's on the forecheck with Bork. Little cross check there from Metroforce D, and she comes out with the puck. Then you got Boyard. She holds the line. Bourgeois, she's got the puck. She's got Harriman out in front. Bourgeois, nice move out front. She's got it. She tries to feed it back to Boyard, but cut off there. Bourgeois out front again. Now Atkinson's going to grab it. She fires it off a skate. It'll go in the corner. Bork gives chase. Up the wall now to Atkinson. Atkinson grabs it. She'll dump it deep behind the Metroforce net. They come up with it. Boyard's going to pinch and hold that in there nicely. There's Bourgeois into the forecheck again. Bork now. Harriman's going to try to cut this off at the wing. Pass gets thrown right in front. Nobody home. Metroforce comes up with it. Pass just out of the reach of their center. That should be icing. And it is. 9:44 to go here. First period. I'd like to take a moment to do our Lululemon coaching spotlight. We're very fortunate to have Lululemon come on board as a sponsor for our assistant coach Steve McLaughlin, who is out there running the defense. And Steve looking very stylish every day in his Lululemons head to toe, though he does mention they are a bit chilly here in the rink. Here we go. Alexa Ferrand on the boards. Chloe McLaughlin comes up with it. Great pass out front to Madison Cavanaugh. She's tied up nicely there by the Metroforce D. And they break it out. Here comes Metroforce over center ice with a head of speed. That looks like it's broken up nicely there by McLaughlin. Now she's away to the races with it. Nice backhand pass, broken up. Tries again to find Ferrand center, but now Madison Cavanaugh comes up. We got a 3-on-2 here. Cavanaugh over to Ferrand. Ferrand, broken up by the Metroforce D. You got McLaughlin and Ferrand in the corner. They're doing battle against three Metroforce players. Metroforce comes up with it. Ferrand, a nice back check, breaks up that play. Sophie Knight, content to grab that puck and drive it deep in the zone. And Cavanaugh back on that forecheck. Here we go. Up the wall, held in there nicely by Eve Landry. Metroforce is going to be forced to send that puck all the way down again. Great pressure by the Fury forwards there. Really nice effort by Madison Cavanaugh on the forecheck. So, we got the line of Walsh, Padrones, and Kate Nelson back out here. 8:52 to go. Ryan DeMille and Anna Lacasse on the blue line. Metroforce wins the faceoff down in the zone behind their net. Pressure by Kate Nelson. Now Padrones comes up with it. Kate Nelson will grab it. They try to break it out. Intercepted by Lara Walsh. Lara Walsh tips it in. A little bit of help from Padrones. Here we go again. Oh, Metroforce manages to get it out, but broken up nicely there by Lacasse. Battle on the wall. Looks like we're going to come up with it. Nice job by the Fury to battle. Little game of ping pong going on up and down the wall here between the D of both teams. Here it is. It squirts loose for Lara Walsh. She's got Padrones with her. Now Padrones has the puck. We got a little bit of a cluster going on in the middle. The puck spurts loose, and Metroforce is going to circle back behind their own net. Metroforce D attempts to break it out. It's broken up nicely. Here we go. Anna Lacasse almost just off of her stick. Scramble in front. Shot on net there by, I believe, Walsh. Nice save by the Metroforce goalie. Padrones comes up with it. She's got Kate Nelson with her. Nelson trying to get it up to the blue line. Now, here it goes up to Anna Lacasse. Anna drives it back in deep. Metroforce D back up the wall. They'll break out with it. Anna Lacasse going to step on her man right here at the center ice line and keep her to the outside. Nice job there by Anna. Anna has it down in the corner. Puck squirts off a skate toward the Fury net, but not quite through. In behind the net, Lacasse will grab that puck. She's got some time and space now. She makes a nice outlet pass to Lara Walsh on the left side. Here comes Alexis Padrones. Padrones put some pressure in. Oh, centered out front there by Metroforce. Lacasse grabs it. She goes wide for Nelson off the boards into the neutral zone. Picked up there by the Halifax D. Halifax, they grab the puck. They look to center ice. They find their left winger. She's all alone. She one's in. She'll circle back as Landry did a nice job there to shut her down. Excuse me, Lacasse. I'm having trouble with Landry and Lacasse here. They both look similar. Here we go. Sam Boyard with the puck behind their net. Boyard grabs the puck. She comes up to Deb Bork. Fury on a change. A bit of a melee there in front of the net. Down low, Boyard. She comes around to Elise Bourgeois. Bourgeois grabs the puck. She looks for Claire Atkinson up the middle. Atkinson gives chase. Oh, Puck stolen there by Metro Force. Harriman on the back check against number 18 from Halifax. She'll shut her down. Lean on her, and ooh, nice little elbow to the back of the head for good measure. And Bourgeois comes out with it. Sam Boyard with it now. She gets hit from behind. Good recovery while falling down there to knock that puck away from the Halifax player. Claire Atkinson from behind. Oh my goodness, how is that not a penalty? Wow, side. So, Bourgeois. Halifax gains zone. They shoot from far angle, blockered away easily by Zara Montefrisco. Boyard behind the net, over to Bork. Bork now under pressure from the Halifax forechecker. Ferrand there to help. Puck squirts out to the blue line. Shot from the blue line by Moira Eddy. And Zara Montefrisco gloved that down. Eddy has a cannon of a shot. And showed us how hard she can shoot it there. So, face-off will come back here to the left of Montefrisco. Ferrand wins the draw cleanly back to Sophie Knight in the corner. Knight works it up the wall to Ferrand. Sorry, to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh fires it into the middle. Ferrand gives chase. Chloe McLaughlin now. She's put some pressure in. Puck back into the Fury zone. Eve Landry's back for it. She's under some pressure. She's going to circle back. Nice move there by Landry. She works it to the wall. Nobody home. Puck back deep. Landry has it again behind our net. She works it, attempts to work it out to the side. Ooh, another great save there by Montefrisco. Halifax forward works it back to the D, who'll dump it deep into the corner. Landry gives chase to that puck. She's going to get there. She works it around the wall towards Madison Kavanaugh, out of her reach, gets to the blue line. Chloe McLaughlin now deep has the puck. So, Sophie Knight. Fury desperately trying to get this puck out of the zone under some good pressure from the Halifax forecheckers. Puck back in the corner here in the Fury zone again. Puck squirts out in front, and we do clear the zone. Halifax D is back with the puck. They'll turn, looking to move that puck up ice. Broken up nicely by Lara Walsh, just inside the red line, and she gives chase. She's got the puck. She's a 1-on-3 battle here on the boards. Now Padrones comes in to help out. Goes to DeMille, who shoots it deep into the zone. Walsh is in on the forecheck. Nice job by Walsh, supported there by Padrones. Walsh and Padrones give battle. Henry from Halifax comes out with it, and she's away to the races. She's going wide. She's got some speed. The puck just slides off of her stick. DeMille in there for the Fury. He chips it up the wall. Puck held in by the Halifax D. Kate Nelson in there to help. Battle just inside the Fury blue line. Puck squirts loose. Now it's going to be over here in the far corner. Ryan DeMille for the Fury. She's got the puck. She's got a little bit of time. She works it up the wall to Lara Walsh. Walsh tries to get it to Padrones. Broken up by the Halifax D. And it looks like the Fury are going to be charged with an icing here. 3:47 to go, first period. Still 0-0. Pretty good back and forth game. Not a lot of shots either way. I'd say shots are probably 3-3 so far. One of the Review Guardian Pharmacy's keys to success today is to get some pucks on net and then drive home and get some blue paint goals here. Harriman wins the draw into the corner. It goes to Atkinson. Harriman steps in to help her. The puck squirts out to the offensive blue line for the Halifax West. Montefrisco squares up to that puck. Stops that. Claire Atkinson helping the Halifax winger understand not to come near her goalie. That must be those blueberry protein shakes in the morning from Claire Atkinson, because she didn't have any trouble throwing the Halifax player on her back here just to the left of our goal. Puck down low, Atkinson comes up with it. Puck just squirts away from Bork, but gets out of the line just the same. Bourgeois in on the forecheck. She's got a chance here. Here comes Bourgeois. Nice shot. Harriman follows up just off of her stick. Here we go. Harriman now into the zone. Chips in the corner. Body checking, I think that should have been if the referee was semi-awake. All right, here we go. Boyard over to Bourgeois. She's got Harriman with her 2-on-2. Bourgeois winds, fires. Glove save by the Halifax goalie. Yeah, it looks like the referees here are just happy to get out for a Saturday morning skate and keep their hands warm by keeping them in their pockets and not using those whistles, because there was clearly 2 or 3 opportunities there for penalties both ways. So here we go. Halifax breaks out of the zone. Oh, Halifax has a chance. Broken up nicely there by Sophie Knight. Ferrand chips it off the wall. That goes off the linesman. Chloe McLaughlin comes up with it. She feeds it head to Kavanaugh. Poked off of her stick. Trying to follow up. Now McLaughlin's going to grab that at neutral zone. McLaughlin comes away with it. She's under pressure from 3 Halifax players. Halifax comes up with it again. Here comes Halifax over the line. Broken up by Madison Cavanaugh on the back check. Floyd McLaughlin grabs it. She attempts to chip it behind the net. Broken up by the Halifax player. There's a battle down behind. Puck out front to the Halifax player. She corrals it. Tries to feed it back to her D and does. Here comes the shot. Tipped in front twice and just goes wide. McLaughlin in there now. She's adding a bit of pressure. We got McLaughlin and Landry. Landry comes up with it for the Fury, and she's away to the races. Here she goes. Being bear hugged on her way up the ice is Ed Laundry. Halifax players looking more like a rugby scrum at times up there as opposed to a hockey game. Anyways, fresh legs out here for the Fury. Kate Nelson comes in to apply some pressure on the forecheck. Alexis Padrones will grab it at neutral ice. She's looking for some support. She'll circle back into her zone and wind it up. Padrone's going to go off the boards towards Nelson. Broken up by Halifax. Nelson gives chase. And the Metroforce West sent it all the way down. Ev Laundry behind her own net. She has her head up, having a look. Goes off the wall towards Lara Walsh. Walsh gets tangled up with the referee. Puck stays in the zone. Here we go. Alexis Padrones. She is gone up the middle. Under heavy back check pressure. 2-on-1. She's got Lara with her. Shoots. Nice save there by the Halifax goalie. Padrones skated from the blue line to just inside the offensive blue line with the Halifax player firmly sitting on her back and still managed to get that shot away. So 1:21 to go. Face off to the left of the Halifax goal. Battle on the boards now. Padrones and Walsh are in there with 2 Metroforce players. Puck squirts up high. Kate Nelson grabs it. Poked off of her stick out to center ice. That was Anna Lacasse. Gets it into the offensive zone for the Fury. Puck's in there deep. Nelson's in on the forecheck. Metroforce rims it around the boards. Out of the reach of their winger. Lacasse is going to hold the zone. Lacasse back down deep. It bounces over Nelson's stick into the corner. Walsh in to help. Walsh comes in with a little bit of a hip check. There we go. Ryan DeMille from the blue line. Shot. Tipped in front by Lara Walsh. Just under the goalie's glove and off the net. A quick whistle, even though the goalie didn't have the puck covered there. That was a greasy, subtle little body check there by Lara Walsh, and the kind of play you'd expect from people from Newcastle. So I can see her dad's been working with her in the garage, and that one obviously at home. Don't mind that. Play it a little bit of edge and push the envelope here. Harriman in to take the face-off for the Fury. Won by the Metroforce West. Back in the corner, they give chase. Bork and Harriman. Gets to Bourgeois. She's got Harriman in front. She's got Harriman wide open in front. She stick handles, cuts to the net, loses the puck. Here we go. Metroforce comes up with it. Harriman will cut that off of the boards. Puck stays in. Nice job by Claire Atkinson holding the blue line. She shoots it down below. Bourgeois is in for the forecheck. Squirts away from her. Metroforce grab it. They're trying to break it out. Broken up by Harriman on the back check. Now 3-on-2 back in. Here comes Bourgeois. She's alone. She's got time and space. Shoots off the side of the net. Bork now with it. Bork fires it off the side of the net, and the Metroforce goalie is going to cover that up. 3.9 seconds to go. Some nice pressure there by the Fury on that shift. Good job by Atkinson holding the line, and nice pressure by all 3 forwards. Harriman attempts to win it right on net. 2 seconds to go. Metroforce is going to just hang on to it till the buzzer goes. So at the end of one, still 0-0 here. We have a guest visitor on the broadcast from one of the enemy teams, Amanda Van Horn. Amanda, would you like to say hello?
Hi, everybody.
We watched the Central Storm play this morning, and they looked really good out there. Carly Van Horn, one of the anchors on D for the Storm. Got ourselves a battle right now with this team from Halifax, 0-0. So it should be interesting to see. I think we've got some shots on net that period, but they were often maybe from a little further out than you want. And talk to hockey people, obviously you want to control the game in between the face-off dots. And, we're a little bit maybe too much on the outside when we're shooting. So if we can get inside those face-off dots and shoot the puck, we have a lot of girls on our team that can really rip that shot. So that'll make a big difference for us. But I do like the way the Fury are playing overall. They're skating hard, back-checking hard. And I think, we are maybe not connecting all the passes that we want, but we're making a lot of the right attempts to make the right plays. So It is only the 25th of October, so it's not important to be the best team in the Maritimes in October. It's most important to be the best team in the Maritimes in March. So here we go, second period. Alexa Ferrand takes the face-off for our Fury. McLaughlin feeds that off the stick of Ferrand. She picks it up. There's 3 Fury, and McLaughlin winds and fires. Nice shot on the Halifax goalie. Puck is loose. Puck is loose. What is going on? Ref has not blown it down. Wow, there was 2 Metro Force D and a goalie inside the net there, and no whistle. Metro Force comes the other way, broken up nicely by Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh trying to get it out of our zone, and does. Nice pass over to Alexa Ferrand. She's got some pressure there from the Halifax back checker. Halifax D breaks up that play. Here they come into their zone. They go rink wide over to Wagner for the Halifax Metro Force West. That's offside. I guess not. Puck play continues down into the Fury zone. Broken up nicely there by Lacasse. Now Kate Nelson with the puck. She'll chip it forward here to Alexis Padrones. Padrones loses it from the back checking Wagner. Puck goes wide. DeMille's up to give chase. Ooh. That was a solid open ice hit there from Ryan DeMille. Her dad to be proud of that. So, puck scrambling a little bit. Over to Nelson on the right side, just off of her. She gets it forward to Alexis. Alexis cuts through in the slot, shoots, blocked by the Metro Force West D. Back in front again, and that one literally just bounces in front of the goalie. She didn't know it was coming. Nelson now back to Lacasse. Lacasse down into the corner. Padrones comes up with it. She fires it out front, just out of the reach of Lara Walsh. Here comes Halifax. McHenry with it. She's over center. She's got some time and space. She steps in. She shoots. Nice save by Zara Montefrisco. McHenry comes up with it. Feeds it back to the blue line. Metro Force West applying a little pressure here. Shot low and wide. Lacasse gives chase in the corner. She works it up to Nelson, who comes out with it. Nelson stopped there by the pinching D from the Halifax team. Over to Lara Walsh. She chips it out of the zone to relieve that pressure. They're going to go for a change. And here they go. We get fresh legs going over the boards here for the Fury. 9:45 to go, second period. Halifax West breaks it up the wing, and they'll chip it in the neutral zone. Boyard's going to go back for that. She's in a foot race with McHenry. Boyard wins that race and comes up with the puck. She's in behind our net. There goes Sam for a skate. She's got some time and space. Sam with a nice move. She gets it up to Harriman. Harriman on the wall. She's under pressure in the back check. Chips it over to Bourgeois. Bourgeois comes up with it. She goes wide. Stopped there by the Metro Force D. Broken up there nicely by Boyard again at center. And we're offside at the Halifax blue line. 9:14 to go, second period. Good back and forth energy here in this game. Referees still content to let the girls play, which has been probably as much to our benefit as to the benefit of the Halifax team so far. Ferrand back into the face-off circle. She's got Kavanaugh and McLaughlin out there. Puck squirts towards Kavanaugh, picked up there by Knight. She'll dump it deep, and Madison's in on the forecheck. Halifax player circles behind her net. She works it out to the left winger. Off of her stick, held in by Landry. Landry down low. Clogged up there just above the hash mark. We got McLaughlin and Ferrand doing battle in there. Puck squirts out. Knocked into the corner by Kavanaugh. Ferrand comes up with it. Puck is coming up the wall towards Landry. No, stays down low. Here comes Ferrand. She cuts towards the net. She's in behind now. Got 2 Fury players alone in front. Can she get it to her? Nice try. Nice pass there by Alexa. Just out of the reach of Chloe McLaughlin. Landry shoots from the blue line. It's just wide. Kavanaugh with the rebound. The Halifax goalie content to cover it up. Lots of after the whistle energy here between Halifax and our SIFA Fury. Clearly the girls from the big city came to play today as well. So 8:33 to go. Scoreless tie at Pictou County Wellness Center. Face off to the left of the Halifax goal. Fury win it back to Lacasse. Lacasse shoots off a shin pad. Nelson, she grabs it. No, Padrones is going to grab it. Padrones has it. Keeps it in. Shot directly on the Halifax goalie. Bounces off of her pad and away from her. DeMille now. She steps in. Puck squirts away from her, but Lacasse recovers. Lara Walsh attempts to knock it down. Here we go. Padrones into the zone. Now Walsh. Out front to Kate Nelson. Puck knocked away from her. Fury continue to have pressure in the zone. No, Halifax grabs it. Padrona, she's going to grab it, fire it back into the Halifax zone. Off the boards, out of the reach of Walsh. Metro Force West player attempts to chip it through the neutral zone. Fury come up with it. Lacasse content to chip it down deep into the corner. Walsh and Nelson into the forecheck. Nelson comes up with it. She feeds it back to the blue line to Lacasse. She's going to go D to D to DeMille. DeMille shoots. Great shot. No trapping in front there from the Fury, but really nice D to D play by Lacasse over to DeMille. Gets the shot right on net. So, this is one of the better games we've had this year. Girls are playing great. The other team is also very good. And a little bit of edginess to this game. A lot of fun to watch. Harriman in on the face-off now. Harriman wins the draw over towards Bork. Metro Force comes up with it. Broken up there nicely by Claire Atkinson at the blue line. Now we got Elise Bourgeois is going to come in and give some pressure. Metro Force West reverses. Harriman on the forecheck now. Up the wall, held in nicely by Atkinson. She'll get it down deep. Bourgeois is going to come up with it. She has the puck. So here we go. We got Bork and Bourgeois fighting for that puck behind the net. Now Harriman's going to go in the corner to help them out. Out to the blue line, held in by Boyard. Boyard down low to Bourgeois. Back to Boyard. Boyard goes D to D over to Claire Atkinson. Atkinson down low. Blocked in front by Halifax. Bork having a look. She's looking to make a play here. Puck goes directly in front of the net, off a stick, and slow roller into the Halifax goalie. So, lots of good pressure again. The girls are just an inch away from scoring. Puck is just either rolling off their sticks or off the shin pad. It just haven't had the bounces yet this weekend, but we're getting lots of chances, so those will come. Ferrand wins it nicely over to Madison Cavanaugh. She'll work it back to the blue line. Knight back to Cavanaugh. Great looking play. Out front to McLaughlin. She's got time and space. Oh, off the crossbar. What a great play by that line. Madison with the rebound. Shot just wide. Ed Landry's going to keep it in now. Some great puck movement there between Knight and Cavanaugh to free up McLaughlin high in the slot with a really nice shot. Nice job again by Knight to hold the blue line. She tips it down low. Ferrand's in giving chase. A little battle in the corner. Puck squirts away from both players. Halifax content to fire it up the wall. Landry's going to hold that in. Puck comes out to McLaughlin now. McLaughlin's got a bit of time. She goes low towards Cavanaugh. Broken up by Halifax. Knight holds the line nicely. We're back in deep again. Here goes Alexa Ferrand. You can feel it coming here, folks. Oh, just off of Madison's skate. And it kicks out in front. Halifax will break out 3-on-2. They kick it out wide. Halifax down low into the Fury zone. Oh, no. How many times in hockey do you see that happen? You have one team that has 3 or 4 glorious chances and can't quite score, and how often do you see the other team come up the ice and get a good bounce and end up in the net? That one was more good luck than good management by Halifax. But anyways, 1-0 for Halifax. 5:48 to go here, second period. Fury had controlled the play that entire shift. Puck came back up the ice. Monofrisco made the first save, and they got a squeaker that just trickles into the net. Here we go, Halifax. They into the Fury zone. Walsh breaks that up and sends it out to center. Kate Nelson in on the forecheck. Halifax goes wide, off the wall, picked up there by Anna Lacasse. Lacasse turns it back up ice. Lacasse and Nelson do battle. Puck gets away from them. Here comes Halifax again. So, puck is in the left-hand corner here. DeMille's going to come up with it behind our net. She's got some pressure. She's being held up. Lara Walsh grabs the puck and she chips it out of the zone. Sullivan now for Halifax. She fires it off the wall. Broken up nicely by Padrones. Nelson grabs it. Great outlet pass over to Lara Walsh. Walsh stopped up at the blue line there. That'll be offside. And I think, yes, Halifax is going to take a penalty here as Reed goes to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. Not saying that we were not deserving of a bunch of penalties, but it's interesting to see the ref finally decide to call a penalty with 5 minutes left in the second period. So I'll have to make sure to get him a case of beer later if we score on this power play. Harriman on the face-off. She's got Bork and Bourgeois with her. Harriman wins it to Bork. Bork attempts to shoot, blocked up there in front. Puck hops over Claire Atkinson's stick. Atkinson under a lot of pressure. She's in behind her net. Now she's going to go for a skate. She's got a lot of time and she can really fly. There goes Claire Atkinson. She's got nice play there to have Bork in front of her. Bork loses it. Comes Halifax the other way. We got Boyard and Bork in giving chase. Bourgeois. Oh, there we go. Atkinson now with it. Puck squirts away from her. She works it into the skates of Bork. Bork manages to corral it, gets it out to center, poke checked away there. Here we go. We've got Bourgeois. Oh! So close. Nice poke check there by the Halifax D. Here we go again. Harriman comes up with it. Now Bourgeois. Bourgeois got it. She's got Harriman with her. Halifax D literally just body checked Bourgeois to the ice. So, puck's off the wall, held in there nicely by Ed Laundrie. She tries to get it out front. Okay. And that's going to relieve the pressure there for Halifax. 47 seconds left in the power play. We got Sophie Knight back. She's got Chloe McLaughlin at center ice, just off of her stick. Sophie Knight now back behind the puck. She's got it in the corner. She feeds it to McLaughlin there at her reach. Back to Ed Landry. She's going to circle behind the Fury net. She's going to feed it just out of the reach of Madison Cavanaugh. Shot from the point. Low and wide. Fury come up with it again. Here we go. McLaughlin. She fed it out to Alexa Ferrand, who was body checked there at center ice. So apparently they're going to let the girls play with body contact today. Ferrand the forecheck. Here comes Cavanaugh. Off of her stick. Halifax make it a chance here. No, broken up nicely there by Ed Laundrie. There we go. Sophie Knight with it. She'll rim it around the boards. Cavanaugh gives chase. Right through. Oh, almost. Sophie Knight now. She comes up with the puck. She'll play it out to the neutral zone. Halifax grabs that puck. Back to even strength here. Chloe McLaughlin inside our zone. She chips it out to neutral zone out of the reach of Ferrand. Halifax quickly grabs the puck. They're going to work it into our zone. Here comes Nash for Halifax. Long range shot. Nice save there by Zara Montefrisco. Sophie Knight grabs it. She chips it up towards Cavanaugh into traffic. Halifax comes up with it. Laundrie's going to take her time. Have a look. She feeds it up to the blue line, held in there by Halifax. Halifax comes up with it again inside the Fury zone. Here comes Sophie Knight. Sophie Knight has seen enough, and she is going to ice that puck and give us a little pressure relief, which is a great play under that kind of pressure. So 2:01 to go here. Score is 1-0 Halifax Metro Force West. 0 for in spite of outchancing Halifax so far. Haven't been able to find the back of the net yet. So face off back to the left of Montefrisco. Walsh, Padrones, and Kate Nelson out. Alexa feeds it up the wall, held in by Halifax. Out of the reach of the wall, shot from the blue line. Bounces in front. Halifax players first in the puck in our corner. Lacasse recovers. Padrones in to help. Now Lacasse comes up with it as it's squirted away from a Halifax player. Lacasse is having a look. She feeds it up. Broken up by Halifax. Blocked by Padrones. They feed it out in front again. Nice job there by Ryan DeMille to poke check that in front of the net. Halifax player, the nifty little move. She steps to the front. Broken up there by Halifax. Halifax shoots. Fury about to get a penalty here. Not sure what the call is, but 2 minutes for tripping. So DeMille will sit for 2. .117 to go. Halifax appears to be building a little momentum here as the game goes on, but hopefully we can kill this penalty. Pomodori Pizza penalty kill, brought to you by your friends at Pomodori Pizza, Dieppe Boulevard and St. George Boulevard. Here comes Bourgeois and Bork for the Fury. Nelson and Boyard and Atkinson will stay out on D for the Fury in this one. Bourgeois steps in to take that face off. So we seem to have a little delay here as the referee consults both benches. Probably chatting about the World Series game last night. Huge win by our Toronto Blue Jays. Bourgeois wins the faceoff. Atkinson in the corner with it. She's tied up by the forechecking Halifax player. Fury come out with it. Bourgeois gets it. She gets it to the blue line, but held in there by Sullivan. Back down low to Boyard. Boyard has Bourgeois wide open at the blue line, just out of her reach. Puck bounces away from Boyard. She does a nice little job of lifting the stick of the Halifax player to stop her from getting a clean break. Now, here we go. Ed Bork. Puck's in her skates. Out to Bourgeois. Bourgeois is going to ice it. And almost broken up by the Halifax D. They go D to D. Up the middle to McHenry. They get clogged up a bit, but they get away. Reed now for Halifax across the blue line. She feeds it back to the blue line. Shot from Sullivan. Broken up in front by Claire Atkinson. Atkinson giving battle under a much bigger Halifax player. Puck out in front. Nice save there by Zara. Some good D. Nice job, Claire, all the way down the ice. And that'll do it. Bork will go to the bench for a rest. Harriman comes on now. Harriman and Bourgeois on the penalty kill. Bourgeois doing a great job down low and tie them up. Puck squirts just over the offensive blue line, and Boyard knocks it back into the Halifax zone. So, 1-0 Halifax at the end of 43 seconds to go here on the penalty kill. Pretty good period actually overall by the Fury. I think the first half of the period a little better. Second half we were a little more jittery and a little more scrambly with the puck, but certainly to be down 1-0 after 2 periods to the team from Nova Scotia with the best record tells me we can probably beat anybody with a few bounces here. So feeling good about that. We talked about the Lululemon coaching spotlight earlier for Steve McLaughlin and how he's been touted as a great example of what a Lululemon ambassador could look like behind a hockey bench. We also have Paul Cavanaugh, who is apparently courting multiple offers from men's hair care companies for him to take on a sponsorship. So obviously being a coach of the U13AAA Fury is a high-profile job, and we can see multiple companies stepping up here to try to leverage the talents of our coaching staff. So Sophie Knight now, she goes off the boards, out to center, just out of the reach of Ferrand. Back to Knight into our zone. She chips it out to the middle. Ferrand comes up with it. She's going 1-on-2. She's going to go wide now, 1-on-1. Nice stick check there by the Halifax D. Ferrand out down to the corner. She gets overpowered by 2 Halifax players. Now McLaughlin back checking as Halifax comes out of their zone. Nice job by Chloe to put some pressure on. They get it over to McHenry. She goes wide, content to chip it down deep. Now Knight is going to rip it around the wall. Comes out to the Halifax blue line. Halifax D fires, shoots, tipped in front. Scramble, shot just wide. Back out to the D again. Halifax D shoot again. Walked in front nicely there by Sophie Knight. Puck squirts to Alexa Ferrand. She's got Cavanaugh with her. 3-on-3 now, down low. Back to even strength. Cavanaugh's in the forecheck. Held in there nicely by Anna Lacasse. Puck squirts away from our forwards. Halifax gets it out. DeMille off the boards. It comes out to Ferrand center ice. She chips it off the wall. She's trying to get for a change. And she does. Puck gets wide out to Halifax. Nice move on Lacasse. Forwards in deep. Shoots. Couple of nifty little moves there by the player from Halifax, and she was all alone and made no mistake ripping that puck top shelf. So Fury find themselves in a 2-0 hole. 10 minutes, 42 seconds to go here. Padrona's line out for the Fury, along with DeMille and Anna Lacasse. Padrones wins the faceoff. Halifax is up and on the wall. Padrone's back down deep into the Fury zone. She has the puck. She cuts the front of the net. She gets it over the wall off of her stick. DeMille down low. She gets it out of the zone. Lara Walsh putting a big effort into the forecheck here. She cuts in. Free Fury up in the forecheck. Halifax chips it around them. It's the neutral zone. Back into the Halifax zone. off the referee. Could be a good bounce for us. No, Halifax grabs it and breaks it out. They work it towards the middle. Padrones comes up with it. Poked off of her stick. Oh no. Halifax player in all alone. Oh, nice job there by Ryan DeMille to recover. Lara Walsh on the wall now. She's getting pressure by 2 Halifax players. Halifax D steps forward, shoots. Zara Monofrisco with a big save there through traffic. 10:38 to go. Some intense action here at the Sobeys Cup. Monofrisco, not big in stature, but a very athletic goalie, and did a great job of moving around through the traffic to get in front of that one. Harriman in on the face-off now. She wins it back in the corner. Puck goes to Boyard. Harriman in to help. She's going to work it up the wall to Bork. Bork grabs it. She's away to the races. She's got Claire Atkinson with her. Atkinson, she's got a head of speed just off of her stick. Here we go. Around the Halifax net. Over to Harriman. She's on the wall. She takes the puck. She steps towards the front of the net. That is not Harriman. That's Bourgeois. Nice job, Bourgeois. Oh, over to Claire Atkinson. Atkinson. Harriman, she's going to try to hold that line and does. Here we go again. Halifax attempts to break it out to the neutral zone. Broken up there. Boyard will chip it off the wall. Again, the Halifax player's there to break it up. Atkinson now back for the puck. She's got Bork open on the wing. Reverses, goes the other way. Here comes Atkinson. Atkinson over to Bourgeois. Bourgeois, oh, held in there by the Halifax D. Back down low. Boyard goes for the puck. Battling the Halifax player, comes up with it. She steps towards the front. Attempts to pass it up to the blue line and does. Halifax goes D to D. Halifax D steps in almost to the circle, works it down low in the corner to Nash. Halifax buzz it here in our zone. They've got the puck again. They shoot. Bounces in front. 2 bounces, 3 bounces. Off the side of the goal. Atkinson comes up with it now. Bourgeois. She's got some move. Here she goes. She's got time and space. She gets wide, tied up by the Halifax D. She's taken down. Halifax comes the other way. Here goes Knight into the corner. She comes up with the puck. She works it up the wall. Broken up by the Halifax forechecker. A bit of a scrum inside the Fury zone here, just inside the blue line. You get Ferrand, Kavanaugh, and McLaughlin. McLaughlin with it now. She circles back. She's having a look. Nice pass towards Alexa Ferrand, just out of her reach. Here comes Eve Landry. She's across the offensive blue line. She gets taken down. No call. Kavanaugh shoots. Nice shot. Good save by the Halifax goalie. Fury in on the forecheck. Chipped out by the Halifax players. Landry's in a foot race. Halifax player open in front of the net, but that's going to be icing. So, 6:22 to go. Fury do need a goal here sometime soon if they hope to have a comeback. Face-off will come back to the right of the Halifax goaltender. Padrones, Walsh, and Nelson out on the face-off, along with Ryan DeMille and Anna Lacasse. Here we go, off the face-off. Puck squirts to the wall. Fury give battle. Walsh now on the forecheck down deep. Halifax gets it around the boards. Held in there nicely by Kate Nelson with some support from Anna Lacasse. Walsh now in on the forecheck. Nelson there to help her. Halifax attempting to work it up the other side of the ice. The Drones there to cut that one off. Halifax works back right up the middle. Anna Lacasse is there. Can't quite get her stick on it, but they will come up with it here at the neutral zone. That's offside, not called. Lacasse now at the puck in behind the Fury net. She chips it, attempts to chip it around the boards, went off the back of the Halifax player. Halifax now with it down in their zone. They work it up to the blue line. Halifax D steps forward, shoots. Low and wide. Nelson there with Lacasse giving chase. Puck's almost out of our zone, not quite. Good play there by Ryan DeMille to find Lara Walsh in center ice. Walsh now gives some chase. Puck squirts away from the Halifax player. Here comes Halifax. They attempt to make that same move. Not quite. Puck fired nicely out of the zone by the Fury D. We're up the wall here. Halifax has it. Nelson's in on the forecheck. Halifax team playing catch. D to winger, and they're away in the neutral zone. Here comes Halifax into the Fury zone. Harriman there in the back check. Put some pressure on that Halifax player, and she's content to throw it down low. Here comes Sam Boyard with the puck. Sam, she cuts to the short side. Puck skirts off of her stick. She recovers. Here we go. And Sam bulldozes her way out of the zone, sending that player flying from the Halifax Metro Force West team. Atkinson dumps it deep. There goes Bourgeois in on the forecheck. Harriman now to support. Puck squirts out to the neutral zone. Atkinson comes up with it. She's going to reverse it back. There's D to D. Over to Bourgeois. Boyard to Bourgeois. Now Boyard with it. She's going to work to try and gain the zone. Bourgeois, she attempts to get the zone. It's chipped away from her. Halifax comes the other way with 3 players. Now the Fury. Oh, the referee gets in the way there. It would have been 2-on-2 for Bourgeois and Harriman, but the referee broke that up. Here we go. Now Bork with it. Scramble there at the blue line. Halifax grabs it and they go the other way. So, 3:52 to go here. A little bit scrambling. Halifax comes up with it. Shot on net. Nice save by Montefrisco. Atkinson now with it. She'll chip it off the wall. She's got some time. Here she is. Into the offensive zone. Poked away from her. Halifax comes the other way. 3-on-3. They gain the zone. Drop pass. One-timer. Easily handled by Montefrisco. Fury come up with it. That was Knight down there. Madison Kavanaugh. She'll start away. She fires it out to the middle to Alexa Ferrand. Poked away from her by the Halifax D. McLaughlin now. Nice job on Dodge. She comes up with the puck. McLaughlin and Ferrand come the other way. McLaughlin works it wide. Halifax player there to break that up, and they'll chip it in the neutral zone. Ed Landry's back for it. She goes D to D to Knight. Knight steps forward. Chips it over to the right-hand side into the Halifax zone. No icing. Halifax comes up with it. Kavanaugh's in the forecheck. Ferrand's there as well. Puck takes a funny hop right out to center ice. Ed Landry's going to grab it and put it back into the Halifax zone. 2:48 to go here. Kavanaugh in the forecheck. Broken up nicely there by McLaughlin. She goes to Ferrand. Ferrand chips it towards the net, just wide. Halifax comes up with it again. Kavanaugh on the forecheck. Halifax reverses it. They're trying to get it out. McLaughlin into the forecheck. Halifax attempts to clear. Held in there nicely by Ed Landry. She backhands it towards the middle. Just over the reach of the Fury player. Nice job there by Sophie to hold the line. Squirts away. Here comes Halifax. 2-on-1. Number 18 for Halifax. She drives hard to the net. On a nice little move. Tucks it home. Hockey is a game of inches and a game of mistakes and bounces, and it really was all fury in the first half of this game, and then Halifax got a couple of bounces that went their way, and as our friend Coach Mack of the Moncton Wildcats would say, Lady Mo is in the building, so Lady Momentum is in the building. Unfortunately, she is sitting on the Halifax bench at the moment, so not helping our squad. Here comes Alexis Padrones. She's got a chance. She cuts hard to the net. Shoots. Oh, just wide. Really nice move there by Alexis. Here comes Halifax out of their zone. They're coming to the speed. Nice backshot by Alexis to break that up. Puck continues into the corner. DeMille's down low. She'll poke it up the wall. Blair Walsh is there. She gets it. She fires it out in the neutral zone. Broken up by Halifax, back on net. Ryan DeMille picks up the puck. She'll try to work it up the wall towards Kate Nelson. Nelson to Padrones. Away from here, Halifax comes up with it again. Another shot from the blue line. Good job in front there by Anna Lacasse to tie up the Halifax forwards. She comes up with the puck. Padrones there to help. And she will skate away with that puck. Here we go, Alexis Padrones. She's coming up the ice. She's got Walsh and Nelson with her. Fires it towards Nelson. Out of her reach. Halifax comes out with it here at center. Halifax chips it deep into the zone. Picked up there by Anna Lacasse. She'll fire it back to center. Broken up by Halifax. Halifax fires it back into the Fury zone. Boyard clears that out to the neutral zone. Nelson chips it by the Halifax defender. Now Harriman's in the forecheck. Back out to center ice. Sam Boyard feeds it back to Claire Atkinson. Atkinson, she plays it up the wall. Broken up by Halifax. Attempted shot by Halifax, blocked by Harriman. Atkinson behind the net. She's in a tight battle there. Now we got Bourgeois. Harriman, Bourgeois, and Bork. They break out 3-on-2. Bourgeois with it. She goes wide. She's around the Halifax D. She's got two teammates in front. Two teammates in front, and she shoots and scores. Elise Bourgeois, short side high, makes it 3-1 for the Fury. 29 seconds to go. So, most likely too little too late here as the Fury finally find a way to solve that Halifax goalie, but nice to finish on a high note and to finish winning your last shift. So see if the Fury might be able to steal one more goal here before we finish. Harriman on the face-off. She wins the draw over to Bork. Squirts back to Atkinson. Atkinson's got time. Halifax parents are screaming. The clock has not started. Uh-oh, Halifax grabs it. Great save by Montefrisco. So Fury get the benefit of an extra 4 or 5 seconds there. Here comes Harriman. She's got the puck. She feeds it out to Bourgeois. Bourgeois tied up there by the Halifax player. Puck's loose. Grabbed by Boyard. She chips it off the wall to Harriman. Harriman with it now. Broken up at center. 4 seconds to go. 3, 2. That'll do it. So Metro Force West skate away with a 3-1 victory here at the Pictou County Wellness Center. Pretty good effort, in particular in the first half by our Fury. And, a great chance for us to see where we stack up against the other teams. So, hope you enjoyed the show. Look forward to seeing you back here at 4 o'clock this afternoon.